Welcome to another show, Cooking with Jim Bob, Chef Jim Bob. Today is going to be a Father's Day inspired meal. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. We are cooking taco smash burgers. Very easy, very quick. Um, so before we get started though, make sure you click the like button, the subscribe button. Helps out King and your good friend Jimbo get closer to that 500 subscribers that they keep on shamelessly plugging on their shows on Wednesdays. Could also help out. I'll have the links to their donation station and their merch store down in the description. Tons of different types of merch, t-shirts, hoodies, banners. They have their own coffee. So that all out of the way, let's get cooking. So the first thing that we are going to do, I have the recipe on my phone. When I get a mixing bowl, we're going to make the burger sauce. So first thing I want is a quarter cup of mayo. And then we're going to need 2 tablespoons of ketchup. I got all my ingredients out already. The only problem with this recipe being on my phone, it keeps getting locked up. After the ketchup, we're gonna actually clean this out a little bit because we're gonna do a tablespoon of sweet pickled relish. I don't think it really matters what kind you get. I got the local store's version, or flavor, however you want to say it. Yeah, so 1 tablespoon of sweet pickled relish. And then 1 tablespoon of yellow mustard. I didn't mean to do that. So we're only going to do about half now, because that's about half. And then we are going to do 1 teaspoon of hot sauce. Alright, so it doesn't want to come out, so I'm going to take the lid off this time. Just a teaspoon. Now, I'm not sure if you really, it's a preference probably, like if you don't like it too hot, you could probably skip that ingredient. And then just mix it all together. Just like so. Now, this recipe says to make it in advance. You can make it up to 3 days in advance, and then you got to put it in the fridge to kind of chill. So I'm going to throw it in the freezer, kind of help the process a little bit. All right, now we go on to making the actual burgers. I'm going to grab a plate here. You want 1 pound of ground beef that you're going to divide into 6 balls of meat. Actually, what I need to do first is, let me just double check here. No, yeah, so we're right. I was thinking I had to put it in a mixing bowl, season it, but we're going to season it after we make the little balls. Now that we got the balls of meat made up now, we're actually going to grab our flour tortillas. They're about 5 inches around. So what you're going to do is, you're going to grab a fork now. You're going to put the meat on the tortilla here. I'm just going to press it down flat, like so. So even though I got 6 here, I'm only going to make 1 or 2 maybe, so you guys can see how it's done. After you got the meat on the tortilla, whatever type of burger seasoning you like to use, well, I need to sprinkle it on there now. I'm probably the most unorganized chef out there, so again, like I said, just a little sprinkle, like so. Same thing with your salt and pepper if that's what you're using. Then after you're done doing that, in a large skillet, heat it up with medium-high heat, and use 2 tablespoons of olive oil, which I eyeball it. I'm not your Gordon Ramsay that got to use to the T, tablespoons, teaspoons, even though I used it for the sauce, I think you have to do that, with sauces. But just to heat up a pan, just eyeball it. So while we wait for that, I'm actually going to make two of them. So while we're waiting for that to heat up, I'm just going to do the same thing. Put the meat on the taco, press it down, so that way you have, a half inch or so around edge of the tortilla still there. Put some garlic powder. Some pepper. Some salt. And you take your pan, and just kind of spread the oil around. So give it another minute to heat back up. So what we're going to do is you're going to put the taco beef side down and press it into the skillet to flatten the beef a little bit more. Just leave it cook for about 2 to 3 minutes, and then you're going to want to flip it. Flip the tacos. And then when we get to that next step, I'll tell you what it is. So I'm gonna grab my... Alright, so our frying pan is heated up, so you're gonna, like I said, beef side down. Give it a little press down. And you're gonna let that cook for about 2 to 3 minutes. Now, what you could do while you're waiting is kind of get the condiments ready. I have the tomatoes, iceberg lettuce, I have onion here. You can put whatever you want on them. Me personally, I like all 3 of those on them. So I'm going to start cutting them up, getting them ready. Alright, so I got the onions and the tomatoes sliced up. So we got the American cheese ready here. So next step you're gonna do, you're gonna flip them over. And you're going to put a slice of American cheese or whatever cheese that you prefer on them. And just lay it on there till it's melted. About just a minute or so. Now you're going to transfer them to a baking sheet. Alright, they look like they're ready to come off. So we're going to get those off. And then, next thing you're going to do, actually, we'll throw the baking sheet right over here so you guys can see what I'm doing here. Next thing you're going to do is all your toppings. want to grab your burger sauce. Which solidified pretty decent. So yeah, so now you're just gonna top them. Your burger sauce, pickles if you want the pickles, onions, lettuce, tomatoes. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. Just gonna spread it around a little bit there. I'm gonna put a tomato and onion on my end. And grab my iceberg lettuce. I'm going to put a little bit less on mine as well. Just like so. And that's it. Like I said, very quick, very easy. I'm starving, so I'm going to go devour these now. But before I go, I just want to thank everybody for watching. Please click the like and subscribe button, as well as visit King's and your good friend Jimbo's donation station, as well as their merch store. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there, and see you guys next week.